full off-grid setup on an Ocean Breeze. Stick around for this video, guys. G'day guys, Matey Extreme Auto again. The end of a big week, 2 off-grid jobs done and dusted. Super stoked to be able to bring these setups to these guys to get them on the road. They're heading off next week, Tuesday, on a 3-month over west, somewhere around Perth or somewhere, but you know, how good's that? So 2 big off-grid setups for these guys. Now, this one here on this Ocean Breeze is absolutely spectacular. And the reasoning behind it is it was so tight to be able to get what I got done to it, and you can see the petition that we had to put through to this. Now this was all open, this underbed area, okay, so I'll get into the specs in a minute, guys, but just a quick little backstory here. So this van is fully packed, it's ready to go. There's stuff everywhere, which is great. I encourage people to do it. Then I get to see what people have. So I've worked out the little boxes that they've got to put, or that what they had under here, and I've made the divisions sort of within 5 millimeters of them to be able to still put their you know, their boxes in. So it's crazy because it's just ended up being perfect for them. It's a bit tricky, but kind of had to push everything up against that wall, which we've done. I still wanted a lot of space around it, as you can see, to, you know, big vents here for venting and, you know, airflow. Didn't want this too high. I wanted this to still be open for airflow. You know, they've got the front door here. They still need access. And here's the result, a big off-grid setup. You can't see the batteries because I've actually put them in the tunnel boot, which I'll show you in a second. So we'll get into them in a minute. But there are 2 PowerPaul Scouts, so they're rated at 315 amp hours each. So there's 630 amp hours of handmade custom lithium. So that's 8 kilowatt hours to be able to run this setup and their air conditioner and all of their stuff that they want to run. So the specifications here are very similar to the other one as far as products are concerned. So we've got the multiplus 12 3120 amp inverter charger, the Victron here, got the multi 1. Side note, why do we use the multi 1 over the multi 2? Look at the size of it. The multi 1's a square unit, it's practically square. I can fit this in 99% more places than I can the multi 2. That's mainly why we use it. That's it. It's insulation. They're both pretty much on par with each other as far as specs. Very similar, you know, power outputs. Yeah, main differences are negligible in the Caravan. Either way, we got the multiplus there, so that's running all of the factory outlets, guys. This is CMS integration, so all of the existing fixtures next to your bed, your outlets, in the ensuite for a hairdryer, the washing machine, stove, toaster, kettle, air conditioner's running now. You know, outside, you want to run an induction cooker, you can do that on this. Just touch a button and it's on. It's instant. It is quick and easy to be able to do that. Now, the solar controller's in the DC charger here on the back wall, as you can see. So the Redarc 25 amp DC charger on this one with a side solar input, so they can plug in portable panels if they park in the shade or they want to add extra solar into the system. They can do that, and it's all monitored up on the touchscreen. This 30 amp Victron MPPT smart controller is running two 180 exotronic panels up on the front here. So that's 360 watts going through this one. And the 50 amp, we've fitted 3 of the exotronic 225 watt solar panels. So 2 on this side, 1 on this side. So we've got 675 watts, 360 watts here. That's a total of 1,035 watts of solar. That's a lot. To get over 1,000 watts of solar on this roof was very, very difficult. There are hatches in the most horrible spot. They're not in the corners at the rear like most fans are. They're not a center ensuite. They were kind of like halfway in the middle. So basically the whole rear section, I couldn't even fit my 100 watt exotronics, which are, 500 wide. So I was hoping I could have got another 3 at the back there, but I couldn't. There's just no room. I think the best I could have put was maybe 1 more 100, but what's the point of that? Then you got to run through a separate controller, and it's not worth the money and investment to jump up such a small wattage. So that's the Victron stuff. We've got the cerboGX as well as the Touch 50 up here, so they can control all of this. They can see all of this, see all the parameters on both solar controllers, log into the multiplus to see what it's doing if you ever want to. All the techie, geeky stuff is completely all at your fingertips up here, and it's also online. So both these guys are set up for the VRM portal, so they are able to log onto this if it is connected to Starlink, internet, or a hotspot on the phone, and they're able to monitor it anywhere in the world. I can monitor it for firmware updates and software updates if required. These are the LMI busman fuse and input modules. High-end stuff, all have a label. We've relocated the batteries on this that were chassis mounted outside, and I think there was like 4 or 5 different circuits. We worked out what's what, got rid of what's not required, and remained and kept what was required, which came down to the fridge and the 12-volt main. So those are there and labelled. DC charger, solar 360 and solar 675 there. We've used the big trunking on this. I don't know if you've noticed the colour difference, but the reason we've used the big trunking is this is 75mm by 75mm trunking, or ducting, whatever you want to call it, from Redarc. And expensive stuff, but I tell you what, if we had to use the 50, there was no way on planet Earth I would have got my 95 cable through it. And that's the reason we use this trunking, was because the batteries are actually in the tunnel boot right behind this. So this particular model has a through boot, and there is no extra fittings in it. It's basically a through boot. So we've fitted Paul's batteries right up against this rear wall on the trays, all strapped in and secure, and there is a big ugly hole behind that trunking with the cables running through it, and there's a big master fuse outside, labelled of course as well. I'll take you around and show you in a second. All of this here is fully monitored. There's the Smartshunt. You can see it all up on the touchscreen. And I've got this air conditioner that's still running now. Another overcast day, like 2 days ago we had perfect sun. I could have tested this. I'm getting, I think, 200 and something watts. I'll try and get a snappy if I get some sun today, but it is like, look at this. This is what I'm dealing with. Rain. I can't catch a break this year. It's, I reckon, like, 1 or 2 jobs I'm able to get some sun. Like, it's crazy, but look, it is what it is. This is, hey, we could be free camping, and this is what's happening. It could be 35 degrees, stinking hot, and it could be overcast. This is the real world. This is a real test. This is what we are doing. I've got this set to 21 on cool now. It is actually quite humid here today. It's been a pretty warm week. We're in a bit of a northerly airstream at the moment. A bit of a heat wave out in the bush from what I hear, but it's kind of worked its way down to the north of Adelaide. So yeah, let's do some rundowns. Now, because it's almost lunchtime, just past 11 o'clock, that's my lunchtime when you start at 5 a.m. So air conditioner's running. It's actually kicked out, so it's on 21. It's kicked out. I did see about 850, 900 watts a second ago, but let's make some lunch. So I've got my toasty maker, my little sandwich press here. These things are brilliant. So on What is she drawing? There you go. 900 odd watts. It's my little toasty maker, and I'm going to cook lunch. Now, I'm a little greedy bugger for lunch. I ran out of food because it's nearly the end of the week. So I popped in the Aldi and grabbed these things, mac and cheese. They're not healthy, but, you know, I'm being naughty today. Don't worry about that. That's not dirty. That's yesterday's cook up. But let's put a couple of these on. Whack them in there. Beautiful. Oh yeah, listen to that. I think there's something about the smell of cheese, you know, just that awesome smell. Oh look, what's this? Butter chicken. So air conditioner going, right? Got the little toasty maker going. We'll whack this in. Take my cup of water out. We'll whack that in there. I think it said 3 minutes. So we go start. I think you turn the knob. No. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Oh, here we go. Menu time. Cool. So cancel. So you twist it. Oh, that's easy, isn't it? Read the book, Matt. Read the book. Alright, 3 minutes. Start. So that's going now. I'll get rid of this water. I'll go make myself a coffee in my car, because that's where my coffee machine is. Want to know what power? What's going on right now on the fly as we speak? 2,260 watts. Getting bugger all solar. It's all coming out of the batteries at the moment. Not much offsetting it. Oh yeah. I'll put that rain shirt on. Give this a bit of a press. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I think I've overpressed it. Oh well. So microwave still cranking. All off grid. Got the toasty. Air conditioner, 21 degrees. You know what? I'm going to turn this down. I want this thing to cut right in. $16 cold. Three high current devices running all at the same time. Well, I'd call it high current. An air conditioner with the compressor running now. Microwave still going, and my beautiful sandwich maker. I'm cooking lunch in the cold. Oh yeah. I mean, most of us use the microwave a fair bit. Some do, some don't. I do. Everyone's different. You know, these air fryers are the way to go. These are similar to an air fryer. Well, I better let them cook for a bit more. Every air fryer is different. The one I got is, you know, if I run it for 15 minutes, like with some, I don't know, some chips or something, it's around the 1200 watt mark, 1300 watts. It's not too bad. I have seen some around the 1600 watt mark. But shop around, you know, that's the thing. Just look at your wattage on the device when you go to plug it in. This is so cool, isn't it? No grid. I'm not plugged in. I'm in a storage yard here, running the full show. That's how it's done. It's going to be nice. Oh. Butter chicken, mac and cheese. Bit of India versus America. That's right, isn't it? Mac and cheese. It's American, isn't it? Macaroni is Italian pasta. They do the mac and cheese, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me know. Put these puppies in here. Oh, mate, look at that. Get in my belly. Eats me, it says. Eats me. Wow. A little bit of crusty cheese from yesterday. Nothing wrong with that. Well, there we have it, guys. Another big off-grid setup on this beautiful Ocean Breeze caravan. 630 amp hours of lithium, 1035 watts of solar, all the Victron fruit inverter charger, running the full show. We are completely off-grid here. This is a really cool setup. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. There are lots to go through. This setup can be applied to pretty much any caravan, motorhome, RV, whatever you got. Let us know. Enjoy. I missed the sun while we're having lunch, but it was out for about 20 minutes, which is good. So we'll log on to the Solar 360. Excuse this, guys, I'm using my phone here. Daily history. There we go. So we hit 311. And then we'll go to the other one. So 311 and 520. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. There you go. So that's the old chassis mount batteries, and this is where we've put the PowerPauls. Look at that. He's still got, we made it so he could still put the stuff that he had in here in. A bit tricky to see, but there's two of them in line with each other, and all 95mm cable, and there's the master fuse there for the inverter. So all secure on Paul's stainless brackets there, because it's the long mount, and they're all strapped in. So he's still got access to be able to put stuff in without compromise. The reason we did this is for more space under the bed. Had we put these under the bed, that would have boarded out enough, and she wouldn't have been able to put those boxes that I spoke about earlier in. So this is a really good outcome from these guys. So that's 8 kilowatt hours, guys. They're 4 kilowatt hours each there, 630 amp hours. Beautiful.